Hello, my friends. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I've made a recording for you, so I thought today I would play my bass flute for you. It's one of my favorite flute songs because it's one that I wrote myself. Today, I'm going to play a piece of music for you that is called Fresh Hardware. And that sounds like a strange title for a piece of music, doesn't it? So, Fresh Hardware actually is inspired by a place in my hometown of Metairie, Louisiana. Now in Metairie, there is an area of town called Bucktown. Bucktown is right on the border between Jefferson Parish and Orleans Parish. I'm from Louisiana. We don't have counties there. We have parishes, but a parish is like a county. And the border there at the 17th Street Canal is where New Orleans ends and the suburban area of Metairie begins. Now, many of us that are from Metairie consider ourselves from New Orleans. I was actually born in New Orleans, and then my parents moved to Metairie when I was about 6 months old. But my grandparents lived in New Orleans. And we went to a lot of places in New Orleans too. But having a little Metairie pride here, there are some really interesting places in Metairie. Metairie is actually the French term for a small farm. And there were some farms in Metairie. But one of the things that we really love in New Orleans is seafood. We love our lake, Lake Pontchartrain, and Bucktown is right on Lake Pontchartrain and the 17th Street Canal, which is a waterway that kind of works as a drain from the lake into other waterways in the area. Now, Bucktown is a really special place because there are like little houses right on the lake. It's a really cool part of town. There's a great seafood place there called Deanie's if you ever go there. If you ever go to New Orleans, you should go to Metairie and go to Deanie's. Also go to Perran's Po' Boys. It's a good place too. But across the street from Deanie's, there was this really funny little hardware store that was called Fresh Hardware. I'm thinking probably because it was close to the lake and you could maybe get fresh seafood at some of the other places around there. This place just decided to make itself Fresh Hardware. Now, my dad always thought that place was cool. He said he was going to make a painting of it one day. I actually have a picture of it right here to show you guys. Fresh Hardware in Bucktown in Metairie, Louisiana. And I always thought it was a really neat place. So when I was given a gift of a bass flute a few years ago by Mr. Hebert, I decided, you know what? I'm going to write a funky little song for bass flute. Now, my bass flute is not like other bass flutes. Let's take a look at what the flute family looks like. You'll see here the piccolo is the smallest. Then there's a C flute. The C flute is the regular kind of flute that you see. There's an alto flute, a bass flute. There's even a contrabass flute. Here's a picture of me playing on a contrabass flute. It's very interesting. Those are very large, very expensive. That flute doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Texas Women's University. Go Pioneers. But the bass flute that I have is actually made out of plastic. Let me show it to you guys. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? It's really big. It doesn't have the lip plate on it that you normally see on a head joint for a flute. Its keys are a little bit louder because they're so big. I don't even have to blow through it to make sound on it. It's kind of cool. And because I think it kind of looks like something out of Star Wars, I named my bass flute Flute Skywalker. So cool. So I'm going to play for you today a little bit of autobiographical music about Mrs. Hebert, written by Mrs. Hebert, called Fresh Hardware. I hope you enjoy. So that was Fresh Hardware by Little Ol' Me for the bass flute. It can also be played on a C flute, a piccolo. We could transpose it to play on other instruments too, but I really thought it was kind of cool to have something funky and fun to play on the bass flute. I hope you enjoyed a little lesson about Metairie, Louisiana today, and some fun, funky bass flute music. Have a wonderful day, friends. It's beautiful here in Texas today. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are. Get outside, get some sunshine, get some vitamin D, drink some water, get some fresh air, get some rest. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, friends.